It has everything.
Big Boy Neighborhood. Kenny the Jet Smith is in the neighborhood. Welcome back to the neighborhood, man. Pleasure to see you, brother.
I'm so happy to be here.
Do you know what I've never asked, and I could have Googled it, but it's better I ask.
Okay.
What is the Jet?
What is the Jet?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure people are like, oh, Big, you don't know, but I'm asking for real.
Well, I was, back in my day,
Go ahead now, talk about it.
I was pretty fast. So I was fast like a jet.
Ah.
Now I'm more like a prop plane.
Yes, you know what I'm saying?
At least you're keeping it real.
But you still get here. You know what I'm saying? You still get here.
Yeah, no, it ain't the same.
Hey, man, do you... Go ahead,
I was just going to ask, when did you get the nickname?
High school. High school. It was funny because somebody gave me the name and I didn't know it was me.
Oh, really?
A reporter called Bill Travers in New York City. I'm reading, you know how you back then we had newspapers and not, you know.
Yeah,
so,
I heard about those.
Yeah, remember those things? So I was looking for my name.
Now.
I had a great game against a school. So I'm like, okay, let me see what they wrote in the paper. And they were like, the Jet goes off.
And he was like, damn.
I'm like, who's this dude?
He writing about like, man.
Without me.
And I'm like, who is this? And he's like, Kenny, the Jet. Jet's up the court. And it stuck.
That's dope.
Wow.
And it became the Jet from there.
Do you remember the reporter?
Bill Travers.
Oh, damn. You definitely remember that. Okay, cool in the game.
When somebody give you a nickname, you know it is. And that's the new thing, too. If you can't give yourself
Yeah.
a
nickname?
That's true.
No.
It's got to be
That is
given.
It has
true.
to be given and earned.
I
You
agree.
can't you can't be like, yeah, I'm the best that ever lived.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
Nah, we can't call you
And
TBE.
coming to the ring, the Annihilator, and he's
No.
0-1.
No, you
Yeah.
can't.
Yeah.
You can't give yourself a nickname.
I heard that, man. Now, okay, well, coming out the gate right now, when you look at like Lonzo, Zoe Ball, is there a name for him yet, or he hasn't gotten a name yet?
Well, his name is like a nickname.
Right.
Zoe
yeah,
Ball.
Yeah.
Zoe Ball is kind of unique. So certain guys don't need nicknames. You know, I'm interested to see him this year, and obviously being in LA, and his dad is probably just as interesting
Yeah.
as he is.
Yeah.
You know,
yeah.
a lot of people hate on his dad. I actually like his dad.
LeVar Ball.
I do. Like,
I was gonna ask
I'm
you.
like,
Crazy.
I
Yeah.
like LeVar too.
I've never met him.
dad.
I've never
Oh,
met
man.
him. Never met him at all. But he's like the uncle I had that was, you know, at the card game.
That's somebody's
You know what I mean? And he's like, or the
uncle.
dominoes, and like as soon as the cards are dealt, he's like, "Oh, we running to Boston."
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
we gonna win. We gonna win every book.
We about to kill him.
We
with
about
this. You might as well fold your money down now.
Right,
Like,
he's
yeah.
that uncle that
Yes, he
I had.
is.
I had like
Do
two
you think
uncles
there's
like
a
him.
pressure to, as much as he talked, there's a pressure to his son proving?
No, because nobody really takes it like it's the trash talker. You don't take it too seriously until it gets personal. And he very rarely gets it personal. Every now and then he gets personal, but that's why it's funny to me to watch him. And I'm waiting. I'm like, okay, what's he gonna say next? You know, what's he gonna say? It's like I said, he's the guy that I play cards with every single weekend, every weekend. And like I like guys like that, so I enjoy him. The thing he said about Charles about playing 1-on-1.
Oh Lord, are they gonna do it?
I think, and this is the truth, I think he could beat Charles right now.
Yeah.
Why? Because Charles got two hip
It's
replacements.
yeah, man. It's not like I accidentally said why or but so you think he'll run him?
He can't beat the 1987 Charles.
Right, but this 2017.
Oh, the
Charles.
2017 Charles, he might run circles around.
TNTs inside the NBA. We were talking about how we enjoy, a lot of times we enjoy just y'all sitting down commentating or really talking mess than sometimes the actual game. Do you get recognized from that?
More than, without question.
Yeah.
I think most people that are 25 and under never seen me really play. They don't even, they're like, oh, he's the announcer.
Right, yeah.
And it's interesting because I probably get approached more now than I did then as a player. And we won championships.
Right,
but,
hell yeah.
But because you're in someone's living room talking, or like you in my car, you guys are always in my car, and Louis is always in my car.
Yeah, go ahead now. Gotta love him.
Yeah, you know,
Gotta love
him.
So enthusiastic.
So
about
it's
it.
like when you come up, it's like, yo, what's up? It's like I
Yeah,
feel
like you
like I've
already
been
know.
talking to y'all because I'm listening to y'all all the
Yeah.
time. So it's a different perception.
Yeah.
for
Hey,
sure.
man, now Kobe just recently came out and said if he were still an active player in the NBA, with the protest that's going on, that he would take a knee.
Okay.
Do you feel that Kobe Bryant would have taken a knee?
Yeah, I think he would have.
Really?
I do. I think you can never be against protest that's nonviolent.
Right, I
Like,
hear
how
you.
in the world, and if you're an American, how can you be against nonviolent protest?
Right.
So that's the only way to that you would want someone to do it. So you would encourage that then you instead of encouraging violent protests.
But let me ask you this, Kenny. Kobe in his prime, like I never took Kobe as Kobe's gonna go and run in with these issues and Kobe's political. I unless I'm looking through foggy glasses, which my glasses are a little dirty right now. but I didn't like it. It wasn't like I always got Kobe. I felt like he played the game.
You know why I believe Kobe?
Mm-hmm.
Because
he said it.
He's been always his person though.
Right.
Like he really hasn't like bent the rules to kind of fit in. Mm-hmm. Like even with his teammates. Like no one his teammates say, Kobe just comes and fits in. He brings us donuts every day at practice. No, he rubs like his elbows are sharp. Kobe's elbows are sharp. And so I think that because of the current climate, which is totally different from when he was playing, the social issues are such to the forefront. I think he's got sharp elbows.
Would you do it?
Yeah, without question. I just think that nonviolent protest, again, is a great way to bring attention. First, you have to have protests. Mm-hmm. Then it brings awareness. Then it brings what's the change.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And if you try to skip one of those processes, it doesn't happen. So you have to bring the awareness, the protest through the awareness, and then you get the reaction.
Now, the NBA, the season's about to start.
Mm-hmm.
Do you stand up during the national anthem?
Well, I think that I'm not there. I'm actually in the studio, so
okay.
I don't have the luxury to be
well, why
there.
We can't just stand? If we got to stand up at the game, why we can't just stand up every time we hear it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
you know what I'm
think,
saying? Like, there's so many rules to it.
Yeah, because it's not really it's as most people who are protesting understand. It's the people who are not standing that don't understand or not protesting. It's not against the American flag. It's about the standards of what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you bring the protest in at the most visible time that we're celebrating America. Mm-hmm. So that's what it is. It's like, okay, we're going to celebrate this before I play. So now I get an opportunity to show that there are some things that I'm not comfortable with.
Yeah, because like Tim Tebow, when he used to take a knee, when he would score something, it was people would ask him like, "Why are you taking a knee?" And he's like, "Oh, I was praying."
No question.
So celebrating the moment I had.
Because Ray Lewis just did it a couple weeks ago.
So
he was praying on two.
Yeah, but
if someone did that at that point,
right.
you wouldn't question it. You'd be like, "Oh, he's just celebrating that moment." But when you have it during that moment of the national anthem or before or whatever it is, you know that it's bringing more attention to
without
something.
question. But the whole thing of taking a knee is when a football player takes a knee when he catches a ball, it's like, don't hit me, don't be part of this.
Yeah.
I'm not part of this right now. So when you catch a ball on after they kick on a kickoff, that's where it came from. So he's like, I'm not going to participate right now. So he's letting you know that there's something bigger. Don't hit me. Don't take advantage of me right now, because when you catch a ball on a punt, when you catch a punt, it's like I'm taking a knee.
Right.
So hey, don't hit me. Don't punish me.
Yeah. I'm waiting.
Right. And so that's really where it's stemming from, which people don't pay attention to.
Does the NBA have a policy for them kneeling?
Yeah, well, there is
there
a
going to
policy.
Be fines once these players decide to do that?
I doubt if there'll be fines, but there is a policy in place that you respect the anthem at that time. But if we always respected the things that the rules were, then the change never comes. Mm-hmm. So I'm not. No one here is trying to disavow the flag or disavow America, but there are social political issues that need to have attention that didn't have attention before. And because he took the knee, we have a lot of attention on and a lot of sensitivity and our antennas. Everyone is up. That's what I like. Everybody's antennas are up now because of sport.
NBA regular season kicks off Tuesday, October 17th. Are you not surprised, excited? Who are you excited to see?
Well, before
individual games, teams.
Yeah, before I get into the NBA, I just got to ask you one question.
Okay.
Are you still having your son play for my team? I'm going to say this. Now, if all those who know, he has a fifth grade son that he probably feeds bolts and nuts because he is not a human fifth grader. At least the last time I saw.
Right.
So on the radio from the world, not just Los Angeles, because you guys are worldwide.
Yes.
Is he playing for Aim High and Kenny Smith?
Is that what you are? Your Aim High? I mean,
this is called recruiting. This is you sound like I'm gonna bring the FBI in here. I'm not negotiating.
We can talk about it, man. I gotta I got to see if he want to, of course, go over there and help your team out.
Oh my goodness, man! You know what this sounds like? Okay, wait. Let me ask you
something.
something.
Like somebody that don't want to disrespect the team he's playing for already.
No, you're supposed to disrespect the team he's playing. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, I have no idea who he's playing for. Right
he
now.
played for the Cavs.
Okay, but that doesn't matter. We weren't supposed to say them on the show. We was only
Okay,
supposed to
sorry
say
about that.
Aim high.
He played
so,
for Daryl
aim
and the
high.
Cavs.
There we go. But listen, I don't care.
On your show, big.
Yeah,
look,
please
Well,
tell
first of
me
all-
what I'm allowed to say in Big
you
Boy's
can't say
neighborhood.
No, because I brought it up. You shouldn't say
Wow.
it. But I would imagine that there's no one within this whole valley that has more basketball knowledge that is coaching kids right now that isn't a Laker or a Clipper coach.
Okay.
So I'm going to say this, and I'm going to go on the first. If Bill Gates asked your son to come and work for him on an internship, would you take him there?
Okay, so let me see if
I'm the Bill Gates of basketball.
Bill Gates.
I'm the Bill Gates of basketball.
You took that right out of my mouth.
I'm the Bill Gates of basketball.
Well, being that you are the Bill Gates of basketball,
Hilarious.
which I never heard before, but since you say it,
He's giving himself
I've never,
nicknames, which
Google
is
that.
what to do.
Kenny the Jet Smith, the Bill
right.
Gates.
It's gonna be. It's
He
gonna
just
be.
gave himself.
Yeah,
He
go
told
ahead.
No, I brought this up.
Go ahead,
He
please.
just told us that you're not allowed to give yourself a nickname.
And you just-
Other people can have to do it for you, but you just gave yourself.
Yeah.
I didn't
Bill
go. I
Gates.
didn't give me that.
Pretty much you
Bill
just
Gates
did.
gave me that.
And now you're
No, you
lying.
did
Bill
not.
Gates called and
You're a
said,
liar.
You're lying.
And you're coming in here for
You want my
dating?
son to play for a lion ass coach?
I don't think
Hey,
so,
do
babe.
you
I
want-
think we
let's
should-
call Bill Gates right now. Who can call Bill Gates right now?
You can.
You're
That's your
so
boy.
disrespectful.
Okay,
Right.
he said I'm the Bill Gates of basketball.
You're a liar. I don't
Well,
believe anything.
To the Bill Gates
Keep
of
taking away from
basketball,
him.
Thank you.
we will come check you out.
Thank you. There it
We
is.
will come check you
Don't
out.
let him do it,
All
babe.
righty. Yeah, it's
Keep taking
obvious.
away.
Yeah, it's
He's
obvious.
a liar.
The dude. Yeah.
And he gives
Come
himself
on,
his
man.
nicknames.
When my son come home lying, I'm gonna say, "Where did you learn this at?" He gonna say, "I learned it from Coach." You know, Bill Gates of basketball.
Hey, listen, it worked for LeVar Ball, didn't it?
Hey, there you go. Now you're throwing people under the bus.
All right. Most recently, Cam Newton, had his moment with a female reporter. Do you feel that female reporters are respected in the NBA more than the NFL, or vice versa, or how do you think it is on the NBA side?
I think that over the last 15 years, there's been a huge difference because when you think about it, when you're in a locker room in the NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball, whatever it is, there's only men as coaches. There's very few. I think there's only been one NBA coach that's a female. So there is never that perspective of seeing that on a regular basis. But now, in the last 15 years, as reporters and people who know the game and call the game and be around it, that's what surprised me, that he was still surprised that there were reporters out there that are female. Now, if he walked in the locker room and said, whoa, this is different having a coach, female coach, I would have been like, yeah, he's probably right.
Right.
But there's female reporters that's been covering this game for 15 years now.
Do you think
And
one
that's
sport
really
is
good.
do you think someone had brought up the point to me where they said football is a sport where you don't have a women's league like you do with the WNBA. Do you feel that maybe in the NBA they're more accepting of the female side?
No,
or
because I think the reporters came in all collectively at the same
Okay.
time for all sports. So it was like, you know what? There are a lot of females that follow the game, that know the game, but may not play the game. Some of the best reporters, Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith and all of these guys on ESPN, they never played. So they never played in the NBA. So you value their opinion when they ask you. So you can't look at it differently because of that, because most of the reporters have not played.
those who can't teach. And so
Oh,
maybe those
there
who
you
can't
go.
play
Oh, look at
can
her.
report.
Oh, no, that's her saying that now.
There it is.
Started.
Some of my best coaches never touched the basketball.
Right. There it is.
Some
She
of, but-
trying to get you on a Kenny the Jet Smith said.
Yeah.
She
No,
does
that's a
that.
good thing. That's if you some people who maybe never made it to the NBA
True.
are because they become amazing coaches. Those because they
Clean it
can
up.
teach it.
Oh,
yeah,
better
yeah.
than-
Oof.
Clean it
I
up.
got that mop out. She
Yeah,
got it
you
out.
know what I'm saying?
She's mopping it up.
Stop it.
Kenny, would you play on that Big Three league? That Ice Cube league? a lot of the cats are playing.
I loved it. I went to it when it was here. Actually,
Yeah.
I went to it. It's a great event, honestly. But I would never play in it.
Why never? Never is a
Never.
very strong word.
Because I want people to remember me how I was, not how I am.
It's hard.
I don't
want
want to be the prop plane. Remember
hard,
we
but
started
you know
off
what?
with the prop
It's
plane? I
hard
don't
for
wanna
us
do
to
that.
remember you how you was.
Google it.
Because your was also. I'm not talking about taking away from the accomplishments.
Right,
not
right,
that. But you're always here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There's some you can remember, like, damn, I remember when he played the game because you don't see him.
Right.
But we know the game, and you don't have an expiration date.
Yeah, I would never. First of all, I would never play, but I think that it is great for certain guys.
Right. Can you still play?
I could still shoot.
Right. Okay.
There's a
Be
difference.
very specific.
I can shoot and I can dribble.
Okay.
But I can't move, shoot, and dribble.
Ah.
See what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
There's a difference. Like one of the kids the other
you
day.
probably
was-
do need
you could
that
coach.
too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like 2 years ago was I think the last time I dunked, and so the kid was like, "Can you dunk, coach? Can you dunk?" I'm like, "Yeah, I could dunk. I could dunk." So one of the kids on my team. So I go up and I get under the basket and I barely get it. Boom! I dunk, and they all go crazy. And I was like, see the difference? He didn't ask me to move.
Right. Yeah. Just
So I just went straight up. I'm 6'3".
The vertical.
I just used my length.
Yes.
And I like tippy-toed in. But no, I can't. I'm not a player.
Man, would you ever think about coaching, like NBA coaching, or?
Well, there's a lot on my resume plate right now, in terms of music, film, and sports right now. But if it's anything basketball, I'm probably going to be associated with it at some point. I've been asked a couple of times to come in and interview. Some of the destinations, I just couldn't picture myself moving my family to.
Right.
Oh, wow.
And it's like, okay, man, you got to pick up. And I wouldn't do that to the people that call me in and say, I'm just going to take the interview,
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
because I know I might be in the top 3. And why would I let you waste your energy if I really don't have an aspiration of living in that city?
Hey, man, how fun is it doing inside the NBA?
Oh,
It look like it's fun, bro.
it is. It's like 7 hours being in a locker room.
Wow.
Just like if the game never starts, you just sit in the locker room and all that camera, all that stuff you do and laugh and joke and talk about. It's just, and then they just put cameras on us, like because sometimes we forget the cameras are there.
It
Honestly.
seemed like it.
Oh yeah. You're gonna catch the beeps and and we're live. So
Man, let me ask you this: you're on a raft
okay,
in the middle of the ocean,
Right.
All right. You look in, you see someone floating. You can only pull one person up.
Okay.
You look in the ocean, you see Charles Barkley,
Yes.
you see Shaquille O'Neal,
Yes.
and you see Ernie Johnson.
Oof.
Who do you pull up, and who do you let drown?
Well, I would have to pull up. Typically, see, you threw Ernie in it. I thought you were just going to say Charles.
I
and Shaq.
was,
Only reason I would pull Ernie up.
because he's Caucasian.
Come on.
That did come across my
Right.
mind.
Yeah.
No, that didn't cross my mind. I've worked with Ernie the longest.
Okay, now Ernie's safe. You go back one time before the
I got to
air
go
is out.
Chuck. I got to get Chuck because
Really?
Shaq's a newbie and Shaq
Damn.
he's a newbie.
Hey,
so
man.
Shaq drowns
Wow.
because I've been with
Poor
Charles
Shaq.
17 years. So how could I pull out a guy I've been with 8 years and leave the guy I've been working with
So
17
you're
years?
going on record as you'll let Shaq drown out of all
If-
three.
Yeah,
If
Shaq.
you had to.
Yeah. And Shaq, as much money as he has, he's probably got a submarine under there.
No.
Shaq's got a couple.
Don't
He
try
got $1
to
billion
fix
under
it.
there.
No,
You
that's
said it.
pretty much,
He's-
No, but I'm
drowned.
letting him drown. 17
Yeah.
years over 8. I got to pull 17 out.
Do you guys ever really disagree?
All the time.
But I'm talking about like where it gets like where y'all kind of leave that night and be like, yeah, that was kind of foul.
No, it'll happen on the set and it gets a little aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
And then it goes into I'm like Switzerland because what happens is when we go to the back, then typically Charles will come to me and be like, "Can you believe what Shaq said?" Blah blah blah. And so he vents to me for like 20 minutes, and then Shaq will come in. But you believe what Shaq and they vent, and then it ends, and then we go back out. But it'll linger. No, it definitely lingers for like a half hour when it gets
Damn.
that serious. But then it goes away, and it's like nothing ever happened.
Oh.
We do have guys who have short memories. We're not no elements.
Right.
Because
That's
you
a
can't be
plus.
sensitive
Yeah,
for a
you
long
can't
period
be.
of time
Right.
with us.
No.
No, because everything is up for jokes and
Yep.
everything.
Yeah, I
from
probably
your,
couldn't
from
work
your
with y'all.
family, everything. everything.
Y'all don't play,
Wives,
man.
yeah, everything.
Wives?
Yeah,
Hell
they,
no.
they say some crazy
Significant
ass
others,
stuff.
everything.
Trade talk.
Okay.
All righty. Dwayne Wade to the Cavs. Does that help the Cavs?
Yes, and it's funny because I guess LeBron went to where Dwayne was.
right.
And now Dwayne's like, okay, now I'm coming back and
you.
where you are. And I think they had this arrangement a long time ago.
What?
Yeah, and I'm gonna bring this out.
Go ahead, please.
This is when
Zoom in on him.
Dwayne Wade.
Do one of them dramatic zoom
Yeah,
ins on him.
Dwayne Wade was in Miami. This was his 4th year in, and I see him in a restaurant. I go sit down, and we're talking about teams and all that. And he said to me, "Man, you know what? LeBron and I are thinking about playing together one day." This is like 4 years before it actually happened. I thought he was joking. I really thought he was joking.
Like, huh.
And then when it actually happened, then I knew that this is going to continue. They have always talked about those two guys are playing together. They are like brothers for real.
So what we saw
together,
as shocking and surprised, you was like, nah.
No, I was shocked, and then I remembered that conversation like instantly, and I was like, okay, nah.
What about Melo to OKC? Does that help?
Oh yeah. Anytime you have, Melo, Westbrook, and Paul George, these are three guys who are probably top 5 or 6 in the NBA, one-on-one players. Like guarding, one-on-one you can't guard them, and now they get to play one-on-one because you can't double team any of them. You're not gonna leave Paul George to go double Westbrook. Like that's unheard. You're not gonna leave Westbrook to go double Carmelo. So all these guys get to play one-on-one.
Will they play well together, you think?
Yeah, because it's like when you bring better talent in. I remember coming up to the Big Boy show when there was only 2 people here. Now he's got more talent around.
Go ahead now.
You know,
but those 2 I had that's all I needed though. And like this, I gotta have more because
to fill in the gap.
Yeah, you said it.
Now, it
used to be like bam, bam.
No, it was just him. now it's like
he has extra more help.
But the help makes the job better. No matter who it is.
No question. Bringing it back.
Thanks for bringing that back around.
Thank you.
Appreciate that. I feel good now.
Raises in the
You
horizon.
stabbed us and then you cured us.
All right,
Thank
well,
you.
Chris Paul to the Houston Rockets.
Chris Paul to Houston Rockets.
What does that do for the Clippers as well, man? Are the Clippers?
I thought it was going to hurt them really bad. And I've been watching the preseason games, and I'm like, they will be the most underrated team this year. They're going to be the surprise team.
All right.
And I'll go on record again. Let's get the dramatic close-up.
Come on, zoom in on him, please.
Blake Griffin will be in the top 3 for MVP votes this year.
Really?
Because I forgot that those were the things he could do when Baron Davis was playing.
Gets hurt all the time.
Gotcha.
When Baron was here, he used to handle the ball more. And when Baron was the point guard in his later years, so he'd handle. And I forgot he could do that. And he's been doing it a lot in the preseason. I'm like, right. He's going to get to showcase his more talent. He's going to look better. He's going to have better numbers. And he probably be in the top 3 in the MVP vote. They're going to be they're going to be the surprise team in the West.
Isaiah to the Cavs.
Isaiah to the Cavs. It's like, it's apples and oranges, fruit. Same player, same thing. LeBron, the Cavs have gotten. They're going to be in the finals. They're going to win.
They're gonna win. Was it. I was about to tell you.
They're going to beat Golden State this year.
You think so?
Cavs will beat Golden State this year. They have too much. Too much.
Damn.
Like
the Cavs will beat Golden State this year.
Too much. They have their second unit is a Eastern Conference playoff team. You know, Derrick Rose, and Shumpert and J.R. Smith and Tristan Thompson. Like they can make the playoffs. They can make the playoffs.
Just them.
Just them. So they're the best team to me in the NBA.
All righty, well,
barring injury.
We're gonna get. I got you. Yeah. We're gonna go ahead and put this in a vault.
Yes.
Then at the end of the season,
you're going
to look like either a genius or a fucking idiot.
No. Never
one or the other.
Real quick, we talked already about Lonzo Ball, but LaMelo Ball, his dad taking him out of school, homeschooling him so he can have no distractions, focus on training and becoming, the next biggest player. You think that will hurt him being homeschooled and being only trained really by his father?
Well, if he still does the school part.
Okay.
The important thing about homeschool is doing the school part.
Academic.
I think for him, there's a bigger picture of, again, it's like if you have a young math wizard, would you take them out of school to be in just a math program that would help them become what they want to become? So that's what he's banking on. But doing the school part is very important.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a bad idea. There's been kids who homeschool and
now when you say the school part, are you talking about academics?
Academics.
Okay. What about your last year of playing basketball for your high school? So are you going from homeschool to homeschool and then you're going to UCLA?
Yeah, well, there are homeschool teams that he could actually play on if he wanted to. There are a bunch of kids that homeschool.
But do you think it seems like he's not going to play until he gets to college?
Yeah, but that would be surprising because that's never been done.
Right.
Only because of.
But he'll play the AAU and all that.
Yeah, but not playing for 6 months, just getting your cardio, is different. Playing in a game is different. So you can't replicate that in a workout.
So what do you think he's going to do? Because I really
he's going to play for us. I think he's going to produce and put a homeschool team together for his son.
Damn.
There's a bunch of kids that homeschool.
And talented enough?
Talented enough because they'll be talented enough playing with his son.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because his son is such a great player at the high school level that he will be able to bring in and make his team competitive.
Right.
So he could do that. They wouldn't be the elite high schools of of California, like modern day.
Right.
But they will be competitive enough to be pretty centralized.
Yeah, that's
Are
crazy.
there some high school players that you think we should be looking out for that are going to be the next big
Do you
college
watch that?
player?
Do you watch
Yeah.
him?
Like I said, if you prerequisite what I just said about Melo is, I'm only saying he's a great high school player.
Yeah.
Getting to being a great college player and a great pro player is so many other variables. So he is a great high school player, but doesn't always translate to being a great college player or being a pro. It does not translate. So he is a great high school player. I always leave it as that. There's a lot of great high school players, but none of them you can foresee and say it's a sure thing.
Got it.
That they are next.
Yeah.
You can project, but you can't be. There's no way, especially a guard. It's very difficult for a smaller guy. When a guy's Shaquille O'Neal height, he's running like a deer and he's jumping out the gym and he's got great hands. He's shooting a three. You go, well, not too many guys that size in the NBA could do that.
Yeah.
But in the NBA, there are a million guys that are 6'2" that could come into high school basketball and put up astronomical numbers.
Do you think that the Lakers are going to do well this year?
The Lakers are going to be
Will be in the playoffs?
no, 0. No,
Wow.
but they'll be fun to watch.
I think you said that
You want to
last year.
think about it?
No, 0. But I was
No,
right.
but he was right.
And I was right last year.
Yes, man.
I was right last year.
Hey, dude, I remember you saying that.
And I was fucking right last
Yes,
year.
and you laughed. I remember that very well. Damn, you got the
You know what I'm saying?
footage. Yes.
Right, but they're not. They're getting there. They're one player
Let me ask
away
you this.
from being a playoff team.
If we had you know how we do the parades when someone wins.
Right.
What year, if we bought the bus for the year that we won, what year would our championship bus be?
2021.
Damn.
Yeah, it'll take 4 to 5 years because once you make the playoffs, then you got to learn how to play in the playoffs. Then when you learn how to play in the playoffs, then you got to beat the best, and that takes so that's 4 years. That's a 4-year process. There's no one who skipped that. LeBron never skipped that process. Michael Jordan never skipped that process.
Damn.
No great teams or players have ever skipped that process. Maybe the Boston Celtics were the only team in the modern era, and that was 15 years ago when they had the big three, when they just got all those guys on one team. That was it.
What's your Mount Rushmore for NBA?
My Mount Rushmore.
If you had to.
My best of all time is always the best winner is Bill Russell. Michael Jordan would be second in that. Oscar Robertson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar,
Keep going.
and Magic Johnson.
Man.
Wow.
Those are the 5 I would put.
Let me-
Not taking any credit from anybody else.
Do you feel like how much Michael Jordan is disrespected as far as like how he been reduced to a meme a lot? Dude, am I the only one that's really bothered by that? Because
No, it's
I think that we're in an era if Obama start crying, he becomes the crying Obama, and
Right.
and you'd be like, wait a minute, he's the first.
yeah.
That. You would lose it.
I got you.
There is a
They only do it to the
segment.
blacks. I got you.
Yeah, there's a segment of a society that just doesn't. They live in social media, but the real segment of the world does not.
What do
just
you
live
read about yourself when you, Shaq, and when y'all sitting down and doing the show? Do you read comments?
all the time?
They
All the
hurt
time.
your
the main
feelings.
things
Only
people
when
say
I'm on
about
the
you.
show. I never read it after the show.
Right.
But during the show, it gives me fuel for what I'm going to say.
my God.
So yeah. So I'll look, and when people are hating on me or they agreeing with me,
Do you make a fake account
I
like Kevin
like it.
Durant?
And troll
No,
them.
mine is real.
Yeah. What do you say?
Do you make a fake account like Kevin Durant?
No,
And go at the haters?
No. I go. I don't even go
That man
at
has
them.
a
So
son.
funny.
I just go right. I address that issue sometimes, and sometimes it's relevant to bring up because I'm like, usually if one person is thinking like that, you can find 100,000 people other
Mm-hmm.
thinking the same way. But so I'm trying to see if that makes sense where there really is 100,000 people thinking like that. And so I do pay attention to it, but
You ever
only
block
during those
anyone?
hours. Nah.
I love to block.
I don't block them.
You're an NBA player and you never block?
No, because like I don't know. What am I blocking you for? Like, what am I? I don't know you.
Trolling you.
But I don't know you. I'm not like you're not. I'm not having dinner with you, and I'm gonna block you from walking in the restaurant with me.
Right.
But I'm not. It's like an email. Like delete. Next. It doesn't affect me that.
Yeah, I
way.
trip over people that block people.
I don't. You block. But I don't get why do you block them?
Because they're annoying, because they troll you, because they won't stop.
You know why? Because
unless you block
I'm
them.
just like, I don't need it.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go word
That's
for
why
word
life
with
is
you. And
strong.
You block people?
you know,
I don't
yeah.
care.
man, I
don't
love to block people. I
There's
just got
no
into it. It
shame
feels
in
so
it.
good, man.
Why does that
His
feel
blocking
good?
percentage is
Because-
on point.
I'm gonna block you. You ain't even did nothing wrong, Kenny.
Those are all blocked. She's got like 100 blocked people.
Yeah,
At least.
She blocked me.
No, you got to unblock them.
No, hell no.
Why do you want to
Crazy as
bring
hell,
that
dog.
Every
negativity?
single one of these people have earned their block.
You know why? That's because
Ain't
the
no
people
shame in my
who
block
she's
game.
blocking are trying to be mean to her, like, "Oh, your hair this" or da 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 da. People who are coming
don't have
at
any
you
hair.
come at like your opinion, so it's slightly different. I feel
No,
like
they
there's
come
like,
at me about my hair too. They be like, "Oh, your bald head." Da da da.
Don't
da.
let them tell it to
They
you.
do that. They
Don't
do
let
that.
them.
Oh, you're
It's-
knock kneed. I'm like, so yeah, I do have knock
Hey
knees.
man, you
so
tell
what?
them to stop with that
I
knock
got
knee
bald
stuff,
head.
all right?
I do.
I'm knock knee too. I got Falcons.
That's all right. I was fast though.
Yeah,
It doesn't
you were,
matter.
yeah.
My knock knees made millions.
Yeah, exactly. As I'm knock knee to my $1,000 pants.
Let me get. Oh, my knock knee needs to get in this Bentley. Oh, my knee is hurting. I need a
Oh
Bentley
Lord
now.
have mercy. My knee really starts to hurt when I walk through my 16,000 square foot home. Yeah,
You know what? I gotta get it. I gotta get me one of those segways because
Yeah.
walking through this house is just too much.
Look at all this land. Can't walk my knock knee ass around this land. It's ridiculous.
No question.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Shaq, you sit over here. I'm gonna sit in this seat on this private plane.
No doubt. Exactly.
Give my
I gotta
knees, give my
stretch this
knees a
knock
rest.
knee out.
Yeah, the hate doesn't bother me unless I believe it.
I hear you.
That's when it
I just
bothers
don't
me.
like the
Like
bad
when
energy.
I believe it, then it bothers me. But when I don't believe it, it's comical to me. It's kind of
I
like
just feel
I use it
empowered
as
by it
jokes.
sometimes.
Me too.
I just
Blocked
block
you.
for nothing.
Right.
Like, big
Me
man,
too.
funny show. Oh, really? Block?
High blocking percentage, bro.
Big Boy's
Big
Neighborhood,
Boy.
Kenny the Jet Smith. Definitely want to thank you for
Thank
coming in.
you. Oh,
man.
Tell you the truth, I don't even know why you came in.
I know why I
I don't even
came.
know if we hit what we were
This is
supposed to
just
hit.
fun.
You know what I'm saying?
I did. I
came
had
to
one
recruit
mission.
Jaden.
I came to recruit Jay.
I heard
It's
that,
on
man.
every year.
We're going to be over there hollering at you,
No
man.
doubt. And
we
we're
gonna be
there.
over there hollering
Sorry,
at you, man.
that other team that you played for.
The
that-
Cavs.
No, the
you
Cavs is
said
in
stop,
Cleveland.
don't say it. Yeah,
The Cavs, they're in Cleveland.
Whoa, that's where you're
Wow.
They are.
You are shady.
going with.
I'm shady.
With a,
You are shady.
I'm hated.
That's
with
your
a
new
chance of
nickname.
meatballs. It's
No
cloudy
doubt.
over here.
No doubt. I'm the LeVar Ball of this.
Wow.
I talk trash about you. You teams. I walk in and be
Got
like,
him over
oh,
there.
your son is not need.
Yeah. What's your son doing
Doing
over
out on
there?
here. He can't play.
I didn't know they reward for mediocrity.
Exactly. No doubt.
Man, but no, I appreciate you coming in,
Oh,
man.
it's
And like
fun,
we
man.
said, we
Always.
really enjoy your
Hell yeah,
inside the NBA and continue to do what you do. And we'll definitely see you, though.
Without question.
There it is,
My
Kenny the
favorite.
Jet Smith in the neighborhood, Big Boy's
Big Boy.
Neighborhood.